sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense and playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect. That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And his throw is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Plays like that will really help this offense settle in here on the road.
And when you go on the road, you also have to deal with the fans as well. And when you have those types of runs, that'll settle them back into their seats.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 81. Throwing is Wentz. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were terrific a week ago in that victory with Tampa Bay Chargers.
And the big difference in the ball game, they're doing their first turnovers, threatening them, being able to take the ball, give it back to their offense. That's something that's like the Saints each and every week, and they carried it out.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
46 down, man, 5-1.
To throw is Wentz. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives them a new set of downs. On play action, Wentz. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Again, it's Wentz. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. From the red zone now, Wentz. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Not a ton of room to gain but he made use of that space was available and gained decent yardage.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. They've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, and now they face a 3rd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. With his 11th touchdown on the ground, number 13 overall. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. The Saints had 5-11 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Back to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chase Young able to get in there and drop him behind the line. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Gibson. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. A give running right, Gibson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for the team's first sack of the game. Well, he shot in, seeming like he was out of can for the linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one can stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Wentz now to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Taking it about the 16. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. They've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now the ball comes loose, and it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they bring him down shy of the 12. 2 runs in a row, only 2 yards to show for it. Well, he sniffed that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Wentz going to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. Here's Tressway now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, here's Agnew. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
2nd and 6. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Too much heat on it.
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under instead of fire. Absolute ball. An incomplete pass on that last play. That means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. throwing on first is Wentz. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Do better than this. Go. Hey, 87. Hands like them.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they get back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. You don't see it any time of year. A cornerback coming over the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On play action, they'll throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Ramsey. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. But Charles, as a defender yourself who made a few of those plays back in your day, I know you know there's no better feeling than a pick 6 for a defender.
And the big thing is when you take it and you realize you're out there and you've got a great chance to score, not to get overexcited, and have one of the yard lines trip you up, or the turf monsters, we used to call it, knock you down before you get to the end zone. That didn't happen on that play. He carried it home.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They'll set up a throw. There's Chris Olave. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 41-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Olave holds it in. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake here on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll look to throw again. The quick slant caught. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Fairbairn going for the extra point. And they make our score 14-7. Taking the touchdown. Here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out in this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Great 57. Let's go, great.
On 2nd and a yard. Wentz targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get it.
Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders take a 3-touchdown lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
A give up the middle to Gibson. They find some open field here. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On second down, they'll run it here. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to the ground with Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. That's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Santos with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. That O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here, because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Washington on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 11. Now Wentz. And he's taken down here by the Saints. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He's going to try and do this himself. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He finds his man complete. That's Ramsey. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. A give to Kamara running right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Ramsey. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're working. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Gibson here running out of the gun. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They'll go. It's Gibson. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
137 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They'll run with Patterson, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Jarrett Patterson. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Commanders stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Commanders 42, Saints 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice. Obviously, your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Commanders, a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, and they'll limp to the finish line a bit with a final record of 5-12. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way.